if you just had your ACL surgery, here's what to expect during week 1. Now, I'll be honest, I fully come into it expecting, don't know, like a simple recovery. Like I'd be out within 2-3 weeks of like just walking about and that, but it really wasn't like that. And the first week is when I kind of realised that. Now, for me, day 1, I had mine on a Wednesday. So the Wednesday, I was just drugged up, to be honest. I was on so much medication, I couldn't really feel a lot. Day 2 was Friday. No, it wasn't. Day 2 was Thursday. Again, I couldn't feel nothing. I had a little bit of pain. Like there was a bit of discomfort because obviously you're not used to your leg. I don't know. You know you can't use it. So there was a bit of discomfort on day 2, but it was really day 3, that Friday night, and that Saturday. They were the worst days for me, and during the first week was day 3 and day 4. I don't know. I just remember laying awake, and I laid awake for, I think it was 4 or 5 in the morning. Now I tried to keep to a good schedule when it come to recovery. Like I didn't want to be that person that's like sleeping, like waking up at 5 in the evening and stuff like that. So I tried to keep to a decent schedule. So the first couple of nights were good, and then on that Friday I just couldn't sleep. Like no matter what I did, I couldn't sleep. No matter what I was doing, it just wasn't comfortable. But at this point, I made the mistake of not icing, so I hadn't iced anything, and I hadn't took the morphine that they gave me. So probably could have been a lot easier, but I didn't want to get onto morphine. I didn't take that at all during my recovery. But what I did do, and what I would recommend is I did have my window open, so it was cold, and that kind of I don't know, because my leg was colder, it kind of felt better. But I would recommend icing from the very beginning, because if I had done that, it'd have been so much easier. Like I say, the morphine, that wasn't me. I didn't want to do that. I was taking paracetamol. That's what we have here in the UK. I didn't want to take ibuprofen either, because I've read up that can like damage your muscle and your scar tissues within your leg or any parts of your body. And I read a book called Boundless, and like one of my main takeaways from that was to never take ibuprofen again. So I didn't take that, but that would have probably helped. But the negatives just far outweighed the benefits for me. So day 3 and 4 were the worst, like I said. Day 5, 6 and 7, you kind of just, I made the mistake of getting my leg off the bed myself, which I probably shouldn't have. What I mean by taking the leg off the bed is I would just bring my leg up without no support and not asking anyone. So it would just be me, and it would take me ages to go to the toilet, and that was the worst thing, I think, like during that first week, was how useless you feel. Like you don't realise how much one part of your body can actually dictate everything. Like you struggle to go to pee, you struggle to sleep. I can't sit down because you have to keep it straight, and when you try and bend it, obviously you got to do your exercises to bend it, but when you're trying to bend it, it's obviously hurting. You literally can't do nothing, and that's what was the worst thing for me. Like stupid stuff, like whenever I eat, if I do eat in my bedroom, which I rarely do, I like to take my stuff straight down. I couldn't. So when I was eating and no one was about, then it would sit in my room, and like for that, it killed me. Stupid stuff like that. But when I have a cup of tea or something, or a coffee, I'd take it down, but I couldn't do that. And that was like probably the worst thing in week 1, is how useless you feel. For me, that was the worst thing. The pain was bad, and then my sleeping wasn't too bad. Besides, like I said, that Friday to Saturday, then I had a bit of pain Saturday, but on that Saturday night I slept decent, because obviously I was so tired. But the sleep for that, other than that, was alright. Again, like 5-6 hours, but from like what I was reading on forums and that, people are getting way less, so I was kind of blessed to have the 5-6 hours. If you're not a gamer, I feel bad for you, because it's the only thing I could do at the time was just game. I didn't know what else to do. So lucky I had that. That's one thing I do recommend, is if you can play something, or even if you just binge series, like just to take your mind off it. Obviously I like to be on self-improvement, and I don't really play video games. Like, I go long periods without it, and I don't really watch Netflix or anything like that. But when you're in this state, like, none of that matters. My diet didn't matter. I didn't care. It was just control the pain, and once you control the pain, that's everything else will come later. Like, it's always like, I'll do that later. But obviously now I'm coming up to 6 weeks post-op. That later is now, so I need to obviously get that in check. But yeah, the first week, all you gotta expect is you're gonna feel useless. I'll be honest with you, you're gonna feel useless. You're gonna feel pain. If you take the morphine and that, obviously you won't feel it as much. But I don't recommend the morphine. I didn't take it. They told me to take it. They gave me quite a lot, but I didn't want to do it. I'd rather, the body can heal naturally, so, and I'd rather just suffer the pain, because obviously if you get addicted to morphine, there's so much bad stuff that can come from that. So I didn't want to do that. A couple things that I did do that made it a little bit easier. Like I said, I wish I'd iced from the beginning. Like, obviously covered, obviously you've got your bandage on anyway, but I wish I'd iced from there. I wish I would have ate more protein. I didn't really eat that much protein, and obviously I don't know for sure if it would change anything, but I feel like more protein repairing your muscles can't be a bad thing. What I did do is I ate quite a few blueberries during that first week, because obviously anti-inflammatory, antioxidants, I wanted that to be, try and keep it down, but there's only so much you can do with blueberries, you know what I mean? As much as the blueberries you can eat, as many blueberries as you can eat, they're not going to like cure you, you know what I mean? You're not going to get rid of the pain. But yeah, to wrap the video up, just, you're going to feel useless. Try and eat as good as you can. That's what I'd recommend. Drink plenty of water. I had a craving for pineapple juice, so I just drink quite a bit of that. And if you can, have someone around. That's like the biggest thing. Having someone around. Like, if I didn't have people around me, I would have been screwed. Like, it would have been bad. But there was ways that I was, obviously, once I'd like thought about, you know, maybe I'd help people help me get my leg off, and the pain was going a lot quicker. I was keeping the swelling down because I weren't struggling so much. Then I started, like, I'd get my crutch and put it over my right leg. So my operation's on my left leg. I'd get my crutch and I'd pivot my leg off of the bed, so then I didn't have to keep relying on people. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. You're gonna feel useless. It's gonna hurt, but one thing I can promise you is it's gonna get better. Like, it really is. Like I say, I'm 6 weeks now. I can walk. Well, my physio told me to still use crutches, but I can walk without crutches. And I will start going back to the gym. I said I was going to, but I haven't yet. But I'm just trying to keep on top of the swelling, because obviously once you get to this stage, you'll still have swelling. You might recover quicker. You might be one of the people that can just recover quick. The reason I'm sharing mine is because I was watching videos of people, and they'd recover in like, they're like 4 days post-op, and they're like moving their like leg like that. There's like a good art, and I'm just like looking at it like, what? I can't do that after like a week and a half. So that's a part of the reason I'm making these, is because I feel like I was a slow recovery, but I'm only 6 weeks and I can walk, so I don't know if that's good or not. But that's another thing, is everything's going to be done at your own pace. So, like, don't try and compare yourself with other people. That's what I was doing. That was a big mistake, is you trying to compare yourself with people that they might just be superhumans that just recover so quick, and you might not be. I'm not. So yeah, just make sure you keep on top of everything, and I promise you it gets easier and it gets better. Once you're past the first 4 days, 5 days, everything from then on out is just easier. So just remember that. You're going to go through the pain like that, and then it's just going to get so much easier. So you're going uphill on a mountain, and everything just easier. And obviously there's going to be bumps along the way. It's not going to be just one smooth recovery. It never is. But it will be easier, I promise you. If you are on a similar journey, guys, then please just give it a follow, subscribe, and I'll see you soon.